how to raise daughters. If you're watching this video, go back to the intro video to the whole series to understand what the heck I'm doing. So, how to raise daughters, 5 minutes. I have 4 daughters. For those who know me, you know that this has been a rather central point of my entire existence. Now, in order to talk about how to raise daughters, I have to kind of give you a bit of a picture of this one moment I had just a little while ago, where I am sitting. I was doing an interview on a kind of a well-known talk show where I was sitting beside a guy to my right who had written a number of books on this topic, and to my left was a child psychologist, and they're both really, really great guys. But because I'm happen to be the guy on television, I'm the guy in the center, and they're wanting to hear from me. I guess because I'm more naturally entertaining. Maybe I have no idea why. I didn't earn that spot, but after they had spoken, the topic turned to me, or the interviewer turned to me and said, "And what are your opinions on this matter?" After listening to the esteemed gentlemen to my left and right give their opinions on the matter, and I got a really dramatic response back on this statement. I said, the best advice I could give to fathers raising daughters is to fall on your face every morning and pray to God that even with your best intentions, you do not do anything to unintentionally screw them up. I will back that up with a quote that I use all the time with regards to raising girls. Take all of your natural instincts and ignore them. For me, this has worked because our natural instincts as men, particularly when it comes to raising girls, is to be protective. The guy comes in and, the new boyfriend comes in, and the first thing we're doing is we're sharpening knives, or you see it in television shows or the movies. We've got, we have a shotgun, and we just happen to be oiling it that day. Like all of that stuff. And it makes, it's like, I'm the father, I'm the protector. But I don't find that to necessarily be effective, and I'll tell you why. If you have a daughter that is remotely like you, and if you happen to be remotely rebellious by nature, you're giving her something to rebel against. It is a scarier way to parent, to give your daughter nothing to rebel against. This is very, very frightening. But there's a purpose behind it. The purpose behind parenting that way, in my opinion, is to guard the one rule that I have. And that one rule is make sure that you do whatever is in your power to guarantee that your daughters will tell you whatever it is that they're going through in life, no matter what they've done, no matter what mistakes they've done, that there will be no hesitation to be able to tell you about it. That's my rule. That's been a hard road. There's been successes in that road, and there's been mistakes. There's been the boys that have come over, and this isn't just to do with boys, it's to do with a great number of topics, but the example with boys is a pretty obvious one. And when the boy comes over and I'm in, and she's like, "Dad, I have my boyfriend. What do you think? What are you going to do about it?" And I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you, man. Come in, come sit down." And then she's like, "Oh, my dad's approving of you. Now I have to decide whether I actually like you." That worked until it didn't. And I'm not going to say which daughter this is, but then there's the long relationship where I know this is not a good relationship. But the great part about the relationship, no matter how ineffective it was, my daughter was going to have that relationship anyway. She was going down that road. And whether it's drinking or drugs or whatever the heck, our kids can get into. When I asked my daughter, this is my eldest daughter, when I asked her what it was, any question, no matter what she was doing, anytime I asked her a question about what she was doing, she gave me an honest answer. And she would come and talk to me. I found myself doing counseling between my elder teenager and her boyfriend. Even though I didn't want this guy around, I'm actually doing counseling because I needed my daughter to know that I am on her side. This has been a harder way to parent, but I'm telling you right now, when my daughters tell me today that they know that they can tell me anything that they've gone through, they know that I care and they know how difficult it is for me. But they know that they can tell me because my reaction in my protection of them is not going to push them away. They can feel free to know that I'm going to be there to help because judgment is going to be out the window. That, to me, is a success. It's hard, but I believe it's been the right way for my girls. There's my 5-minute timer. So moving on to our next topic. That was a tough one. And we will move into topic number 2. I'm going to lose count of these as we go. The liberty of insanity. I don't know if you can see that. Let's go to where it is. The liberty of insanity. Starting now.